soon as I get the sign.
Very nice.
The voice is picking up, so we're already live.
Hey.
So now pick on that. Pick on them two, that's it.
Alright.
So we're live.
MashaAllah.
It's a car Q&A, yep. Just see, now I'll show you. Look.
Huh?
As soon as I get the sign. And then put the sound down, so it'll be annoying. Let's see how many people are joining us. I've already got a like, alhamdulillah. Okay, salam.
Well, don't forget to come closer.
Yeah, I'm close.
Yeah.
Hello. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa
Okay,
barakatuh.
you got Sawab Ayubi. Assalamu alaikum. How you doing, brothers? We're in the car, so yeah,
Salam
it's a
wa
car
rahmatullah.
Q&A. I'll adjust the light as soon as I can, nicely. So yes, let's see what's happening here. So yeah, I just wanted to might as well start you off with what you're doing in the UK. What was the whole? I know you've elaborated a bit on the other video on your channel.
Right,
Maybe it's
right.
of the best to first introduce the brother.
Yes.
People who don't know him.
Brother Farid here from
How
the
you been?
Sunni Defense, and we have Brother Shimrani,
Hasan
Hasan Shimrani, and I'm just here to just do a quick Q&A and just to learn of the brothers a bit about the Shiaism and why the brother Farid is here. So yeah, I can't think about brother Faraz Hobby for a minute. So yeah, guys. So what you doing in the UK?
Well, akhi, it started off as a reaction, to be honest. Me coming to the UK was, or the intention of coming to the UK was a reaction to some of the Shias that were coming to the park, and they were calling out the Sunnis, and they were saying that there were no Sunnis here to debate. Of course, that itself is untrue. My brother Hasan, mashallah, he accepted these challenges, and he challenged the Shias, and unfortunately, they didn't want to accept his challenge or his invitation to debate. So what I did naturally was, I assumed that they had no issues with me. I try to keep things academic. I try to focus on argumentation. I try to stay away from the drama that happens sometimes in these things. So I posed challenges myself, and I posed one to.
But they didn't want it.
They didn't want it.
Yeah, because they was like attacking you like personally about
Yes.
like weak arguments. That was a bit childish.
Egg stain on his t-shirt and stuff like that.
Yeah, this
And
I was
you have
like
to be.
thinking, come on.
Hey, look how desperate you must be.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the brothers actually went through the videos. He wanted to see if there was a stain. He's like, "No, there's nothing, Freddy. It's just some random thing that the guy said. Very strange."
Yeah. So did they accept like on your video? It said then the latest video on your channel.
Yeah.
At the end it said then the one stepped up or something like that. What was that? I was a bit confused.
Yes. So basically, alhamdulillah, while I was there at the speaker's corner, it would have been a shame if I came, because I was there for 8 hours, man. So alhamdulillah, Isa, the intellectual black Shia, he has a full name, he has a long title.
Isa, the intellectual black Shia sheep. The intellectual black Shia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so he accepted
To have a debate.
to have a debate, and yeah, alhamdulillah. And then we had two topics. We spoke about the legitimacy of the Khilafah of Abu Bakr. That was the first topic we spoke about for an hour, and then we spoke about the topic of Imamah for another hour, and alhamdulillah, I'm quite pleased.
I think everybody's pleased.
except for Isa, but alhamdulillah, it was my first time doing something like this, so
I mean, I have
enjoyed
to say, I have to interrupt here. Something it's not good to praise a Muslim in his face, but the thing is, of course, every ta'ifa, every group will claim victory for itself, but we are not like certain people. We're not going to say, here we are the winners. The video is out. It's already on the channel. It's on your channel, yeah?
Yeah. One of
a
them.
portion
And-
a portion of it.
The full version is going to be on our channel.
Inshallah.
But to say something, and everybody can be convinced who watches itself. Imagine if the Shias themselves, they know They know that Farid wiped the floor with this guy.
Yeah.
So what did they already start saying? Saying, yeah, but that guy is not the sharpest tool.
the sharpest tool.
It's not the
Then you got
sharp.
nothing to worry about.
If he's not the sharpest tool, why not bringing those very big, large tools? The sea lion, the lion of the Rafida and whatnot. You could have brought up these tools. Farid challenged all of them. Farid gave all of them plenty of time to respond. Farid in his defense, it's a fact, akhi. Farid, you see, each of us is different in our character and our approach. Akhi, Farid is a guy, akhi, where his biggest mukhalif, his biggest opponent says, you can sit with Farid. You can.
Yeah.
His biggest opponent, I saw many times, akhi, I worked with Farid since over 10 years, akhi. And I saw people who hate his beliefs. And Shias who are very extreme, who hate Farid as a Sunni in his belief, but they just can't hate him, let alone claim you can't sit with this man. So it was very difficult for them to reject him. That's why they came up with all these excuses. He is an associate of X, who is an associate of Y, and Z ate with C, who then know this guy who is a terrorist associate. Nonsense like this.
Just about what time? About 3-4 hours ago, I was at Starbucks with a Shi'i brother, and he invited me for white chocolate. What was it? White mocha. White mocha, and I had a blueberry muffin. Yeah, beautiful brother.
It was nice.
It was great. It was great food. The brother was great, and this is what we want. Yeah,
Alhamdulillah.
And he wasn't attacked. You know, we had a great time. We laughed, we joked, we talked religion.
Did you make takfir on him? Did you say Rafidi, Kafir?
I didn't do any of that, and he didn't make takfir of me. He didn't call me a Nasibi, and he didn't make la'an of Abu Bakr and Umar, and I didn't make la'an of anyone. We just had a nice, friendly conversation, and wallah,
yeah, no. So not all Shias are like that, because I'm actually going by their behavior, what I see, and obviously I had a bit of a run-in with one of them over a comment of it on YouTube. I don't know, do you remember a while back someone commented saying there's 12 dislikes on your there's 12 imams disliked your thing or something like that, and obviously I said it's 17 now or something like that, and I did apologize because I offended them so much, but the way they came at me, and
you mean that Bayat al-Ghadir team, yeah?
Yes.
The people who can't pronounce their own channel's name in the group,
yeah. And the recent like attacking Brother Farid about his stain, and he's like someone with knowledge accusing them, oh, he's nothing and all that. Then I thought, like this is like, you're not genuine. Akhi,
look, we don't need to worry. The thing is, alhamdulillah, these things do not work. Neither the Sunni masses nor the Shia masses. No, anybody else is that stupid to buy excuse upon excuse upon excuse. You know, this Hasan Qadri saying, here's an X stain. He made a Terminator sound in the invitation of this video.
Is it Terminator or WWE or something like
that? It was just an
the editor. You know, I think
we have an editor, bro. We don't put, neither he or I put our nasheed. Neither or I edit the stuff.
He thought it'd be cool. He thought it'd be cool to put an effect, to put a voice effect on my voice. Okay. At the end, when I say I challenge you, Hasan Qadri. So Hasan Qadri,
banter, like a humor.
Yeah, it's not even humor. It's just editing. And are you gonna bring this up to reject a view after you enter the park saying, 10 of you. I'm gonna debate 10 of you. Where are you? Bakri, Sunnis are afraid to debate. Where are you?
Yeah, that big brother,
actually put your money where your mouth is, akhi. If you're a coward, if you are scared, and you know very well Hasan Qadri knows, Shubairi knows, Simo knows, all of these Rafida propagandists, they know, akhi. They know they can't deal with someone like him, akhi. They know they can't deal with someone who is fluent.
Same with you, akhi.
I don't know. I'm in praise of you. They know they can't deal with someone who is fluent in Arabic and in English, has worked 10 years. They know 2-3 questions he asks, corners them and asks them, Subhanallah, we are misguided, you guys claim. The Ummah is misguided. The Sunnis are misguided. Over 1 billion from Pakistan to Bangladesh to Indonesia. All because of this myth, all because of this khurafa, superstitious wilayat. belief of yours. طيب, no problem. Let's sit and discuss. You don't want Hasan Shimrani. Hasan Shimrani is too aggressive. Hasan Shimrani is too emotional. Okay. Salamna. No problem. Hasan Shimrani gone. You don't want this one. No, I don't want this one. You don't want Farid. Now, who do you want? Subhanallah. Is this a? We have a saying in my language. Is this here your personal wedding or what? Where you choose, the avenue, the venue and everything. It's not cherry picking. Subhanallah. This is someone who is civil, reasonable, calm by his very character. And you challenge any of you to debate in reasonable conditions. Subhanallah, someone coming from frigging Khalij, from the Gulf, from Bahrain here. What more do you want? Alhamdulillah, akhi, I am not worried at all. Wallahi, as I said, I don't like these claiming victory games. It's for children, akhi. But without celebrating, it is by and in itself a victory for Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah. Ahl Sunnah will just be happy without, of course, doing childish things, saying, we shouldn't say, you are the losers. Haqq is wadih, akhi, clear, and batil is wadih. So we will do our thing, and inshallah one day one of them will step up, akhi.
Yeah. So what if they say, okay, we're ready now, tell him to come back again? Like one of those ones, What do you reckon? It's a bit...
Well, if they want me to come back soon, they gotta pay for a plane ticket, because I'm not coming back soon.
But look how generous. I thought he's gonna say, I didn't expect. I thought he was gonna say, no, I've got a life. Even if they pay, I'm not gonna come. So basically, the only look. What more do you want?
This is my first time in the UK in I don't know. Last time I was in the UK, I think I was 10. I went to Manchester for a week or something like that. So that was over 20 years ago. 15, 20 years or something like that.
So how are you finding the UK so far?
It's quite cold.
Okay.
You came for a week late. It was so hot there,
I froze my legs off, and I was at Speaker's Corner for 8 hours. Didn't do too much talking in the beginning, and then it got.
So now you know how it feels.
Oh yes, it's quite. Mashallah.
Now you know how it feels.
It's quite an experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, subhanallah. Here's what I was doing. I was going to what's it called? The coffee shop.
Starbucks.
No, it wasn't.
No, there was some random coffee
shop in the corner. I was asking them for hot water in the cup, and I use it to keep my hands warm.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah, I was dying.
Yeah, he's not used to it.
We don't get this weather, man. So I do that, and then I'd come back every half an hour when the water gets cold, and I'd be like, please, I need some more, I paid for the cup and for the service because they're being too kind.
I don't. It's not from the Sunnah. It's not good to praise someone in his face. But I'm just saying one thing. People, no praise. Don't worry. People must appreciate. People don't know this guy enough. They don't know what this brother and other than him from our channel. Please, I have to say this. While maybe some of the viewers right now, maybe some of them are 19, maybe some of them are 22. 10 years ago, when you were 10 years old, 12 years old, his likes, the work they've done, articles translated, books translated is very important. You have to visit 12shia.net. It's not some polemical website saying Shia Kafir, Rafida, Mushrikeen, mad bathing, and all this stuff like that, grave worship and so on. No, it is a thorough refutation of the very basis of the Sharia, from wilaya to the isma, the alleged isma, infallibility of the 12 imams, and all the other khurafat, superstitions that they attribute to the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, and they are free of them. Study this. This is hard work, and his likes, they have done a service to the ummah. That probably even if these his likes pass away, people maybe then they will appreciate. Don't want to make anybody bigger than he is, but akhi, it is an tremendous amount of work, akhi. Tremendous. Let me put it in one line. The only active website academically, it's not a anti-Shia website, as in what anti-Shia? My family is majority Shia, akhi. My mother is still a Shia, my father is still a Shia. It's not we hate the Shia. It's an academic refutation of Shia beliefs and very important attacks on our beliefs. The only active website in the world in English language is 12shia.net. So, akhi, this is not a joke, akhi. It's not like there's 100 websites, we are one of them. It's not in praise of us that I'm a member of 12shia.net and Sunni Defense and he. It's not in praise. It's about we are doing it for what? You saw with what car do I come? Did I come with Saudi money? Have you seen my car there?
Why you get accused of funded by
the yeah, you saw my car here. You see the rusty. Alhamdulillah, we do this. We do this out of We are convinced, and we are convinced of our beliefs. I was convinced when I left Shiism.
It's like beauty dawah, you know.
Exactly, that's what it is. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah, what I want to ask, where did this Shiaism started? Like, you know, in a short
deep
nutshell. You
question.
don't. I know. I was like, I heard about this. I heard it's a Jew, right? Started it off.
I leave it to
Started this fitna. So yeah, if you could just take it on, I just wanted to know, you know.
Alright, so you have to be aware that Tashayyu went through evolutions and versions. The belief of there being specifically 12 imams, and those are the 12 imams, because remember, this is one of the most the foundations of Tashayyu, of modern Tashayyu,
Of 12
the Twelverism.
What is Tashayyu again? Does you know the
Shi'ism.
terminology? I'm gonna ask
Tashayyu is the Arabic term for Shiism.
you. Shi'ism, okay.
So, one of the fundamental beliefs is 12 imams. Today, of course, amongst 12ers. However, the name, the very name of, you know, Litna Ashariya is a late 12verism is a late name. It's not. They used to have different names. By the passing of every imam, you'd have a difference of opinion as to who the next imam is supposed to be.
Sorry to interrupt you. You should make a reference here to the Waqifiyya and Fathiyya articles.
Of course.
Yeah, all the terms that you use, if you could like translate in English. So, and if you're get warm enough, just switch the engine off.
Oh,
you can switch it.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're warm enough, bro.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
Okay.
You can switch it off.
All right.
It doesn't noise.
Okay.
Just go on.
That's good.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so you had other sects within, you know, Shi'ism, like al-Kaysaniya, like al-Fathiyya. Al-Fathiyya are the followers of Abdullah al-Aftah ibn Ja'far al-Sadiq. Okay, and you had al-Waqifa, who used to be the people who believed that Musa al-Kadhim is the last imam, the seventh imam. So it's just 7 imams, and you had.
Can you imagine 7 imams?
7 imams. You had people who believed in 4 imams. You had people who believed in 7 imams. Some people believed in 6 imams. You had people that believed in 12. You had people that believed in 13 imams.
You have today people who believe in 50 imams. Ismailis and
Sure.
50 and plus.
Sure. So if you are going to say who came up with the number of 12, it's tough to say. We have no answer to that. However, when some Sunnis say that Shi'ism came from a Jewish man, that is in reference to Abdullah bin Saba, who had views that were later adopted by Shias.
Extremist Shias.
By extremist Shias. And yeah, sure. So one view is, for example, the cursing of Abu Bakr and Umar.
No.
That's one view. So it's, of course, a view that 12ers today adopt. And we even find in Kitab Farq al-Shi'a by Nobakhti, which means the Shi'i sects by Nobakhti, he says clearly that Abdullah bin Saba is the first person who was outspoken in attacking Abu Bakr and Umar. So this is, you know, underlined right there. You know, Farq al-Shi'a, the authority on the sects of Shi'ism says the first person to attack Abu Bakr and Umar was a man who, you know, Abdullah bin Saba, who was a founder of a sect, by the way. He was a founder of a sect called Al-Saba'iyya, referring to Abdullah bin Saba.
A Jew, yeah.
A Jew. But here's the thing, you know, was he a Jew or was he an ex-Jew who became a Muslim? You know, we have
all debatable.
Yes. And let's take it, you know, in the apparent. He was an ex-Jew who became a Muslim, who found, you know, a sect, who founded his own beliefs. So that's one issue, the issue of cursing Abu Bakr and Umar. The second issue, he believed in Raj'a. Raj'a meaning, you know, coming back to life.
A specific Shia belief, yeah.
Yes, which is specific to Shias. He said that, how is it that, you know, Isa alayhi salam is going to come back? If Isa is supposed to come back, that means that Muhammad must also come back. And that's...
The funny thing is some Shias attribute this to Umar, because Umar said, Brother Anhu said a statement in a moment of emotion.
It's
I think you answered this.
yeah, there's a lengthy article about that, and that's a whole topic in itself. In any case, this belief became adopted. It evolved later on. It wasn't just Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. All the imams are going to come back. There's
some bizarre beliefs out of
it's a bizarre, you know, view that Shi'is hold is that the Imams are going to come back to life, towards the end of time. So that's another. So that again, Abdullah bin Sabah didn't say the 12 Imams are going to come back. He just said the Prophet ﷺ is going to come back. However, there are other sects within the Saba'iyya. Within the Saba'iyya themselves, some of them said Ali is going to come back as well. Okay, that's something else. It's another factor. And then it evolved with time until people said all 12 Imams are going to come back. So that's the second one. The third view is Tahrif al-Quran. Abdullah bin Sabah believed in Tahrif al-Quran.
Distortion.
The distortion of the Quran.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's a view that not all Shi'is believe today. However, I'm sure Hasan agrees that this is the orthodox 12 view.
No doubt. They know themselves that, Akhi, is it not enough that a sect, the biggest, imagine you as a Sunni Muslim, you choose your favorite muhaddith of Ahlul Sunnah. Do we have one hadithist of Ahlul Sunnah who believes in Tahrif? No. The Shia sect is the only sect in the world where they give the title of the Khatim al-Muhaddithin, the seal of all of the muhaddiths. Muhammad Baqir al-Majlisi, 16th century Safavi scholar. He was a palace scholar who was an aide to the Safawis who slaughtered millions of my people, Sunni Persians. Akhi, this guy openly believed in Tahrif. Openly, and they know that. More knowledgeable Shias know that. He even said by necessity we must believe that a Quran that was compiled by fallible thugs, i.e. the Sahaba to the Shia 12 religion, that Quran must be corrupted. Must be, by logical necessity. Imagine you have a sect. It's enough for the battle of a sect to have just one scholar who holds such a belief, and not any scholar. We are not unfair. We bring some random mullah here. This is the Khatim al-Muhaddithin. And there's more, akhi. Ni'matullah al-Jazairi, Nuruddin al-Tabrasi, or Tobrasi, or however they want to pronounce it, who wrote a whole book about to prove the distortion of the Quran. But it's a vast topic. But as Farid said, Abdullah bin Sabah was a personality, a shakhsiyah, that we as Sunnis, we have evidence, Tariq Dimashq and others, we have Sahih Hadith. Narrations. It's not true that we don't have Sahih, and we have articles on this on Sunni, on 12 Shi'a. He was a personality that did not create literally what is today 12ism. Things, their views, you must understand, develop. Things are sophisticated. Some Shias give very unsophisticated responses. They say, how can Abdullah bin Sabah be my Imam when my Imam cursed them in our books? How can he be our Imam if we don't take our fiqh from Abdullah bin Sabah? Ya Rajul. Of course he's not in this literal sense your founder. Have you ever seen a Catholic guy? Don't we Muslims believe that Catholics and the majority of Christian Trinitarian ones are really followers of Paul rather than Jesus? But does that mean that Christians have like literal evidence that it's in our book that Paul was a fraud and a hypocrite? No. We show supportive evidences that this Paul was a zindiq, was a heretic, was somebody who persecuted the Christians, and then suddenly he came up with I'm a lover of Jesus, and then attributed all these ghulu, exaggerations in Jesus' name. Same with the likes of Abdullah bin Sabah, at the very least in our books. He was a personality who did exist. He was a personality who went we have authentic narrations. He walked around cursing Abu Bakr and Umar and Ali's name. That's very important. Abdullah bin Sabah used to curse Abu Bakr and Umar and attributed it to Ali. And according to our narrations, Ali condemned him for this. Ali said, I have nothing to do with this person. Abu Bakr and Umar, in our narrations, Ali praised them. Ali gives his daughter to Umar, and many other evidences. So we believe Ali is innocent of Shia beliefs.
What do they say? About that? Giving his daughter and all that. What is that? What? How can they rationalize that? How can they get their head around this?
Listen, I would say, طبعا we could answer now every shubha here, but that will make it like a lecture about each shubha.
Very, very briefly, Hasan.
You did.
So they have, let's see, 2, 3. They have a bunch of basic responses.
Yeah.
One is
he created a jinn.
Yes. They say that it's a jinn. That Ali did not give his daughter to Umar.
Ali created a jinn.
What?
Created? Created? I've heard of created.
Ali has wilayat takwiniyya.
Right.
Ali can say kun fayakun.
Right, but here's the thing. I don't think they say that specifically.
No,
but
okay, maybe not.
They say a jinniya, okay, a female jinn was given to Umar in the shape of Kulthum. And Umar thought it was Kulthum, the daughter of Ali.
Okay.
So that's one view. The other view is to completely deny it. They say la. you know, and this never happened.
Yeah.
And the third view, the third view is it was forced.
It was forced.
Omar,
And this is based on Kafi. Al-Kafi.
Okay.
This is based on Al-Kafi. It's a disgusting belief. A'udhu billah, akhi. Now that he dwelled into it, the last few he mentioned, look what an insult. You see, Shiism in reality is an insult to Ali. Just like Trinitarian Christian form of what is attributed to Jesus, and Jesus is innocent of Christianity, Trinitarian pagan Christianity, alayhi salam. Ali is innocent of Tashayyu, of Shiism. Because the third excuse of them is that, yeah, he gave because Abbas, the uncle of Ali, came to Ali and said, listen, if you don't give your daughter to this Umar guy, he's going to accuse you of some crime and then he's going to cut off your hand. Then Ali gave his ard, his honor, his sharaf, a'udhu billah, to a kafir, homosexual, wal-i'adhu billah. By the way, when I say these things, that's what they attribute Umar with, you know that. So look, akhi, it's excuse upon excuse. And ironically, just a few days ago, I was watching a clip from Ahlul Bayt TV. You know the one that's from the UK?
Yeah, I've seen
There was, they were talking, and they were talking about this issue. And then somebody asked the question, is it true that Ali gave his daughter to Umar? And then the host said, no, that's not authentic. And wallahi, I felt sorry for them. Wallahi, I feel sorry for the Shia masses, because you know what? They know that all these excuses are whack, weak, pathetic. Just as pathetic as the evidences are for their very fundamental beliefs. Everything is whack, weak, academically. That's why actually they have to come with excuses, because how can you, as you said, how are you going to rationalize this? How are you going to say, yeah, he gave his daughter... Okay, there's another excuse, by the way. They say, didn't Lut, Lut was it? Yeah, offered his daughters to the mushrikeen. That's what the Quran. You know, they make qiyas, they make... how do you translate qiyas? Analogy, yeah?
Yes.
They make an analogy with the something in the Quran which needs tafsil anyway. And tafsir, what does it mean? Did he say, I give you my daughter in the state of your kufr and in the state of you doing the sins? No. Plus, in our shara, in our belief system, you know the shara of every prophet was different. In our sharia, are we allowed to give our daughters to mushrikeen, yes or no?
No.
So how can Ali give his daughter, not just to any mushrik kafir, but to the one who usurped what? The most important right that a man received in history, which is what? The alleged divine imama of Ali bin Abi Talib. So it's nonsensical.
I want to add to that point. Again, Ali giving his daughter to Umar is legitimizing Umar's position as a Khalifa.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. One of
Underlined
many evidences.
In red.
And what was the other question we had? So shortly, what I'm going to do, I'll take some questions. I'll pass you guys the phone, and I'll tell the brothers. They'll ask the questions.
All right.
So the Bayatul, how do you pronounce their channel name properly?
According to them or to us?
Yeah, to us, the proper way.
Okay, so it's Bay'at al-Ghadir.
Bay'at means pledge of allegiance.
Yes.
It's Bay'at is with a ayn.
So yeah, what's that all that about? Bay'at, you know, that I know a little bit about, just for the audience. Bayatul, what's all that about?
Briefly, Shias believe that at Ghadir Khum, which is a pond called Khum,
Between Mecca and Medina.
between Mecca and Medina, at Al-Juhfa.
Close to Juhfa. You won't find it on the map in Google. The closest place on it when you type in Google is Juhfa. Juhfa is...
Mashallah, you looked, huh?
I wrote the article for the website. I think.
I mean, I remember the screenshot. There's a screenshot.
Yeah, it was the baby. Yeah, Rayal.
So that position and at that place, they believe that Rasulullah ﷺ basically took everyone's pledge for Ali, and there was a coronation. Actually,
100,000 people.
In some reports refer to it as a coronation, and that of course never occurred. And of course it's completely weak. There's nothing about a coronation. Of course there are some narrations. They're just all complete whack. You know, there is no authentic narration about a pledging of allegiance. The most that a Shia can say is, or of course, if they're going to stick with authentic reports, is that's where Rasulullah ﷺ
Rested,
said, where he rested, and he said, of course, there's a long context, but "Man kuntu mawla, fahada aliyun mawla," and we can get into that. But the specific coronation and people running up to Ali and saying, "Oh, Ali, we pledge allegiance to you," after Rasulullah ﷺ said this, no, that never happened.
What about Umar? Umar came and said, "Come on, let us role play." بخن بخن أصبحت وليا لكل مؤمن ومؤمنة بعد رسول الله. They bring a narration from Umar basically, رضي الله عنه. Some scholars, as far as I know, authenticated it. Some weakened it. That Umar basically, after it said,
I don't think
"Congratulations, son of Abu Talib.
I don't
You have
recall,
become
I don't
the-"
recall anyone authenticating it, to be honest.
So it's weak.
Yeah, completely.
Now let's say it's authentic. Even if it's authentic, does this prove that Umar is here saying, "Salam alaikum, my new Amir al-Mu'mineen," while the Prophet ﷺ is living 3 more months and is the Amir al-Mu'mineen, the real
So
leader?
2 amirs, يعني? So is that the issue? 2 amirs. We can't have 2 amirs in
Allah
Islam, of
Akbar.
course.
So yeah, and jump into this. I saw a video on Facebook on Brother Abdul Hamid's page. Let me just show you. What's all this about? I'm sure you guys were there. Hold on a second. Where is this?
From yesterday or what?
I think it was. Yeah, it was definitely from yesterday. A brother. Where is it? Is it this one here? Yes. Look. What's all this about? Let me just.
Let me explain to you. I know what it is. Let me explain to
Let me
you.
just show the viewers as well. Just a second, guys.
Okay. I will explain to you.
Let me just with the sound.
That's
up.
raw Shiism as an introduction.
Hold on. All right, viewers, look at this.
I can always see that.
شو تقول؟ ايوه لعنة الله على ابي بكر لعنة الله على عثمان تكلم على علي لا على حفصه لا على
Okay.
Let's not waste much time on this imbecile.
Yeah.
But I'm going to very quickly comment on that. Basically, when we went to the park yesterday, I saw a Algerian elder. Later on, I understood he's Algerian. I didn't even know he's Sunni. I first was suspicious of him.
Okay.
He was holding someone, pulling someone away. So I said, "Why are you this?" He was pulling this guy, the young person. For those
Okay.
people who don't understand, at the beginning of the video, somebody says "Shid gul," which means what are you saying in Arabic, in Iraqi accent, and then the guy starts cursing "La'natullah," and then all the Sahaba, as you can clearly hear. So how did it start? So I saw at the park an elder pulling this guy away. So I was in defense first of this guy.
Okay. Subhanallah.
Because the elder, it looked aggressive. The elder was like pulling like it. And then the elder Algerian guy said to me, "No, you don't understand. I'm saving him." Because I said, "What's going on? Why?" He said, he's going around cursing Sahaba." So then I approached this guy and I said to him, "Do you curse Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu?" And then started cursing. He cursed before, even before, because the whole thing started with him cursing. You know, you can see.
Just to antagonize. Did you guys
Exactly,
did you guys say
provoking.
anything to antagonize him, or he just came out the blue and?
Akhi, the whole thing.
I actually wanted to approach him to talk to him.
Yeah, he wanted to talk to him.
Okay.
No, this Algerian uncle pulled him away because he told us, "Hey, he's starting you cursing Sahaba in the park." Hey. You know. So, akhi, and then
me personally, wallah, akhi, if someone even curses Abu Bakr, Umar, Aisha, accuses them of anything, the first thing I want to do is say, "Why do you say this?" Just that. Why do you say this? And get deeper into that. طبعاً, maybe some people will disagree with my approach, but here's the thing, man. The vast majority of our differences with the Shias, it's all about them having their history and us having our history.
yeah.
Yes, that's the reality.
But just
Yeah.
to continue what I was saying, look, akhi, there's no justification for any violence, and I know what some Shias argue. This Bayat-e-Ghadir.
Who? Shamsi?
No. This Bayat-e-Ghadir lot. They made a similar argument. They say, why Sunnis get so emotional and angry? These kuffar insult Rasulullah as well. You know, they think it's a strong argument. It's a pathetic argument. I'll tell you and the viewers why. Yes, there's some kuffar non-Muslims. First of all, when I say kuffar is not an insult. This is
disbelievers, yeah.
purely academical.
They corrupted it.
Yeah, purely academical. It just means non-Muslims. I use the word non-Muslims. First of all, most non-Muslims don't insult Islam. No, most non-Muslims are nice people. I live in a non-Muslim country. Those minority, small minority of non-Muslims who insult and use very vile words and terminologies for our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. First of all, these who do it in the park and elsewhere, do you expect anything else from them? The likes of Tommy Robinson and whatnot? No. Do they claim Islam? Do those non-Muslims who insult the Prophet and everything related to Islam, do they claim Islam?
Like claim? What do you mean by claim?
Do
like,
they claim to be Muslims?
No, of course not. No.
Of course not.
Yeah.
So what is worst? Somebody who's openly a not Muslim and says, I don't like Muhammad, I don't like this, this is bad. Or somebody who claims pure, authentic, Ahlul Bayt, the progeny, household, holy household of Islam. And then it comes, by the way, for those who don't understand, the guy goes on, he says, La'natullah, la'natullah. He doesn't just curse, because some say curse just means to remove the mercy of Allah from them. He said, Aisha fahisha. You know what that means?
No, go on.
Aisha fahisha means fuhsh fahisha, the way they understand it, is obscenity, and they mean that she was a indecent woman. She committed adultery.
Subhanallah, astaghfirullah.
That's what they mean. So there were Shias there. Some moderate Shias were shouting, you can hear them. He said, Hada Marid, Hada min Jama'at Yasir Habib. That's in the video.
Okay.
So there were some other Shia elders.
The Shia uncle, one of the uncles.
Yes, one of the uncles exposed them and telling people there in the park, he's sick. He's from the Jama'ah, from the group of Yasir al-Habib. This extremist Shia preacher. So the thing is, Akhi, what is worse, it's to us Muslims, people who claim Islam, claim to be the followers and lovers of Ahlul Bayt, and express such beliefs, are worse to us than people who don't claim Islam. Do you understand? So from that, do you understand where I'm coming from? Do you understand why the argument saying that, why don't you get as angry or passionate when kuffar insult Rasulullah? That's different. It's different. Kuffar are not sly. They openly reject all of it. These people say, I believe in Islam. In fact, I have the true Islam. I'm the follower of Ahlul Bayt. And the Prophet ﷺ is a kafir, is a prostitute. Wal'iyadhu billah. Do you understand? Which one is worse? The one who is an open kafir, or very easy, akhi. Who is worse? Open enemy, or and I'm not saying all the Shias are enemies. I'm saying these extremists. The open enemy, or the wolf, the wolf in sheepskin. Which one is worse?
Obviously the wolf in
the
sheepskin.
wolf in sheepskin.
Yeah.
This is our mantiq. This is our logic that these people who claim mantiq and aql and intellect do not understand. Well, alhamdulillah, I'm very sure that our viewers, your viewers, they understand my point. And
I was surprised as well, the what's his name, Shia Blade Runner, on that day when Tom Robinson came, and when he said it, like, I do lanat on them as well, and I was like I was thinking, wow, I thought you guys were like a bit moderate and.
No, by the way, I said something very quickly. I said,
what did he say exactly?
He said, yeah, I do lanat on
enemies of Ahlul Bayt. No, he didn't say. He said, I do loan it on enemies of Ahlul Bayt. And then the brother asked him, طيب, who are the enemies of Ahlul Bayt? I'm going to tell you later.
Okay.
Of course, the brother probably, either he really genuinely didn't know the Shia position, or he wanted just to tell him, Akhi, it's not about, as I said, I mean it, wallahi, Akhi. If these people think that we're scared of them, we're doing taqiyya, I'm not scared of none of them. I'm not doing taqiyya. Wallahi, I mean it, Akhi. There is no justification for violence, even if somebody curses. There's no justification. The thing is, though, you can't control everybody. Have you seen, there were some people that got very angry when the guy cursed.
Yeah.
Akhi, let me go further. Look, Akhi, I will put myself now in a position where I'm going to criticize myself.
Yeah.
If Hasan Shimrani would go, let's say Speaker's Corner would be a majority Shia place. Okay? And I would go there and curse muqaddasat, holy symbols of Shiism. Taban, alhamdulillah, Ahlul Sunnah do not curse Ahlul Bayt. We are lovers of Ahlul Bayt.
Yes.
So but something other than Ahlul Bayt which is holy to them. They're Maraja, they're so-called Ayatullahs and whatnot. They're hidden Mahdi who doesn't exist according to us and whatnot. Say I would do this. And then somebody would get angry at me. Yeah? Would get angry at me, insult me something. Wallahi, akhi, I would have to blame nobody but myself. And every Sunni would have the right to say to me, oh, you idiot, what are you doing there? What do you expect? Again, it's not about to justify. It's reality. You can't provoke people, akhi. You can't provoke people. You have to accept you are a minority with vile beliefs. You are a minority you are an antithesis to Sunnism. You are a reactionary sect. The whole da'wah of Shiism. I remember one guy, and it was from our team, I think, as well. We made the argument that the Shia, the Rafida, the propagandists, they are not focused on da'wah to non-Muslims. Most of the da'wah organizations, Rafida.org, these people who died out, alhamdulillah, even if they come back, we're going to bury them academically. They at Ghadir. Most of the time they have
It's good to make it clear because some people will take it out.
Akhi, our weapons is our tongue and our pants.
That's it.
Our fingers we're typing. That's it. Akhi, all these people, if you look, and many, mashallah, I saw on the your video and other brothers' video, they realized, hey, Shia da'wah is mainly focused on polemics against Sunnis. So what did Bayat al-Ghadir respond to? Say, oh, but look, we have here one video about Christianity, for example. They are so, akhi, yani, subhanallah, what shall I say, akhi? I don't want to use even that Arabic term. They're shallow, shallow. Okay. Their understanding is so shallow, they don't understand when we say mainly your da'wah is focused on polemics against Sunnis. They do not understand that we mean mainly. Of course, there's a here and there an exception. There might be even on Ahl Bayt TV or Bayat al-Ghadi a show refuting Christianity or inviting non-Muslims, completely non-Muslims. But what is Shiism, from your experience? What is Shia da'wah mainly? What have you heard from Shia da'wah? Have you heard Tawheed? No. Have you heard from a Shia man, Shia lady, Shia imam coming to Hyde Park on TV saying, La ilaha illallah, I call you to Tawheed? Have you ever heard this?
No, the only thing I hear is just fighting with the Sunnis.
Of course. It's wailing, Hussein, 40 marches with flags, and that's it. And the rest, Abu Bakr did this, Umar did this, Abu Bakr did this, Umar did this, Sahaba did this. That's the deen, akhi. They don't have nothing else. Now somebody might say, what about you? You guys have created Sunni defense. It's all about defending. Yeah, because it's a reaction to your attack.
It's 1 out of 10,000 Islamic channels.
It's a reaction. The asl of the da'wah of Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah is da'wah to Tawheed. At-Tawheed awalan, as Imam Al-Albani said, rahimahullah. Tawheed comes first. This is the da'wah of Ahl Sunnah. We do, inshallah, a fard kifaya. Fard kifaya. We do a fard, we do an obligation that a part of the ummah is responsible. A part of the ummah is responsible to answer to the Ahl Bid'ah. To respond to the Ahl Bid'ah. And this is, inshallah, we do our duty, inshallah.
And I know, let's talk about this again, because obviously it's nothing to do with it's too late or anything, because we couldn't I didn't get the chance, about what happened on that day with Blade Runner. I know you made videos on that as well already, haven't you? Clearing your position that obviously that was out of order.
Yeah.
What happened to him getting chased and all that sort of thing. And what's happening in Speaker's Corner. I think our Sunni brothers also need to calm down a bit, because we're gonna get people who are gonna insult our Prophet.
Of course, akhi. Listen, of course, I repeat, akhi. There's no justification to chase anybody, as Farid said, or if they curse. There's no justification. There's not even a point, akhi. I'm not saying this out of taqiyya. What's the point? But the thing is, I was there as well. I got angry when the guy cursed. I cursed him back. Is it the perfect thing to do? No. But I'm a human being. Other people are human beings, akhi. Yani, you can't expect much. You can't expect that the people, that everybody. There was even one guy. He got violent.
Really?
There was one guy. I think he tried to kick the Shia dude. So I'm not saying this is right.
On that video,
in that video, yeah.
Who was that guy?
I don't know. You can't even clearly see his face.
Yeah.
But akhi, I mean, of course everybody has to calm down.
Yeah.
But the thing is, akhi, I repeat, I can't go like a silly man to a place where I'm an absolute minority and express super anti-majority beliefs.
Yeah.
That doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. This is not doable, So this was explained. The Shia Blade Runner.
That's unintentional.
Yeah.
It was unintentional.
Well, actually, that was intentional. But for the video, intentionally, I mentioned this childish comic book name. So there's let's call him Roadrunner, Parker Runner. So this Roadrunner, I mean, he was chased. Actually, I wasn't there on that day. He was chased. That was not right. There was a bunch of people there, and that was wrong. Khalas. Okay, so now what? Now you're not going to debate with Farid because someone in that team. These things are excuse upon excuses, akhi. By the way, we can make this excuse as well. You know that very easily. Farid could say, I'm not going to debate you because you, Hasan Qadri, sat with Yasser Habib. Yasser Habib wrote a book that Aisha is a prostitute. Yeah, he did. So I'm not going to do. I know. And then he can go to the Mashayikh of Bahrain and of the Khalij and of Saudi and say, none of you debate with him because he wrote. You see, if we go down that road, we could play the same pathetic, apologetic game. But we're not like that, akhi. We say we know your vile beliefs, and despite that, we are ready to debate you. Despite that, we are ready to sit
I
with you.
clearly said
You came all the way from Bahrain.
Yeah.
You know, like, how serious can one be?
I clearly said, even like in yesterday's video, I said even if these people were terrorists themselves, okay, and I believe that my life, of course, wasn't going to be in danger, I wouldn't mind sitting with them, you know, and having a debate because they're claiming they're upon haqq, and we're claiming that we're upon haqq, and we hope to reach a conclusion because there's nothing to be gained from these types of antics. You know, it's just going to go around in a circle if everyone's going to come up with some sort of excuse. Allah musta'an.
It's crazy.
By the way, one more comment. This guy in the video who cursed, nobody believes. No, I know what they're going to turn it out to. Oh, look how brave. He expressed bara'ah. You know, this association against the symbols of falsehood to them Sahaba in front of the faces of the Bakris. You know, they use the term for Sunnis. Akhi, right behind him, this guy, this little kid, was a police van. Huh?
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
there was a police van.
Yeah,
he knew that nobody's going to touch him anyway.
Yeah.
He knew he's going to make a scene. It was purely provoking. And I'm going to make a statement now, akhi, and it's, inshallah, I believe it's 100% haqq. This is raw Shiism, akhi. He wasn't an extremist Shia. Because you mentioned, there were these Shia uncles there, you know, they said he's marid. I said, it's that they said he's marid. Hada min Jama'at Yasser Habib. He's from the group of Yasser Habib. Akhi, the only difference is this uncle and these other Shia there, those who are a bit more nicer, they don't express what is in the heart fully. Yasser Habib type haven't invented a new wheel, akhi. A new wheel. Bara'ah, this association which includes la'an and takfir, cursing, takfir of Abu Bakr and Umar and a number of other Sahaba, is a fundamental belief of Shiism. I used to be Shia, akhi. One of the furu' of deen, and some claim it's one of the asl of deen, is bara'ah.
So did you
this association for the enemies of Ahlul Bayt.
Did you used to do
Yes, I do. There is no practicing Shia, any practicing Shia in the world who doesn't despise and curse Abu Bakr and Umar, because you will find it in numerous dua. You know the dua. Have you got a Hasan al-Muslim in your home?
What's it called, sorry?
Hasan al-Muslim, the photos of the Muslim.
Oh yes.
You have, of course, every Sunni has it. Akhi, in their main dua books, the likes of Mafatih al-Jinan and whatnot, and Ziyarat Ashura and other ad'iyah and other supplications, cursing the first and the second and the third. Guess who they are? The first and the second and the third. Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman. It was a basic belief. Are there Shias who don't curse? Yes. But are there Sunnis who go clubbing and smoke? Yes. Do we judge Sunnism based on the Sunnis who go clubbing? No. Do we base Shiism based on the Shi'is who don't curse? No. We base Shiism on its very principles. And one of its principles of Shiism is that Abu Bakr and Umar are usurpers, criminal thugs, wali'adhu billah. That's the belief of the religion. Do you understand? Our problem is the belief system. What the masses do, wallahi, I'm Iranian, akhi. Most Iranian Shias, probably you even know, you went to college, university. Most Iranians are Shias, and super secular and have nothing to do with Shiism, and many of them despise Shiism and Islam altogether. So what?
They live for Christianity.
Ahsan. So are these Iranians now representative of Shiism?
Obviously.
No. So we base Shiism based on its beliefs. No, not fringe beliefs, not some bizarre, weird belief that only the Shirazis have, the group of Yasser Habib extremists have. No, brother. No, brother and sister. We base it based on the very books, fundamental beliefs from the books and from the major scholars. And one of those beliefs is bara'ah, which means this association, which includes cursing, slandering the major Sahaba. So this person in the park wasn't an extremist Shia. He wasn't. He was a
average.
He was a Shia raw.
Okay.
A raw version. A Shia without the
True
Taqiyya
colours.
mask.
Yeah.
That's all
I
it
just
is.
want to point out one thing. His accusation towards Aisha is not necessarily the most popular opinion.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yes, cursing. Abu Bakr
However,
and Umar,
cursing
yeah.
and
Yeah,
that's correct.
you just had to, be.
That's very fair and academic. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah, so what we're going to do in a bit, start taking questions. So, brothers and sisters, get your questions ready. And in about 5 minutes' time, inshallah, we'll take your questions. And we'll try to cover them, like, say, a minute and a half answers. Would that, if it's
Inshallah.
possible, inshallah.
Hassan will try as
Yeah.
best as he
I
can
leave it to you.
to keep
Yeah, keep it,
to
so
keep it under a
try
minute.
to keep it under a minute. So yeah, it looks like we covered. Is there anything else you guys want to cover? Any upcoming plans? The Sunni defense team. What do you guys? What's that? Any? So any like? Do you think there's a possibility of them, like saying, look, he came all the way here. We need to have a debate with him, or look, it's not going to look good for us. Because if you leave the country and they say, we're ready now, this, that, the other, that is like, come on,
Yeah,
that's, come on, So how many? When are you going actually? We're going back.
I'm leaving tomorrow.
Subhanallah, there's
Yeah.
no chance then. Obviously before you came, you must have posted it on the social media. I'm coming for a few days, or
La, actually I didn't.
Huh?
Actually I didn't. No.
We don't
because-
accuse nobody that he didn't come. You have to explain it. We didn't
Yeah, go
accuse
on,
nobody
yeah.
that he
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
come yesterday, particularly.
Yes. I didn't let anyone know that I was coming. I wanted to be here on Sunday,
Mm.
hoping that they would be there.
catch them. Okay.
Yeah, hoping to actually
Catch one.
have them be there,
Okay.
But unfortunately, since they rejected, my invitation when it was public, when it was direct,
Okay.
I was like, maybe, possibly, I could catch them off guard. Maybe when I'm there,
They have to debate you.
maybe, yeah.
Yeah,
But
that was your intention.
Yes.
Because you did ask them and they did refuse. Yeah?
yes.
And
yes.
their excuse was again, sorry.
The first excuse was an associate of.
Now, what about the Eckstein?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
in order.
Yeah, in order. Yeah.
Associate of
Chronological
terrorist,
order,
associate of terrorist sympathizer. One. Two is he had an egg stain on his T-shirt. Okay, we still have no idea what that's about. Three is again, associate of terrorist sympathizer. Four is that me and Alayari disagreed on the debate rules and conditions and whatnot. He wanted to have 10 debates, multiple sessions per debate, 6 hours per session, and I said, no, bro, sessions are out of the question. It's gonna be 2 topics, 2 hours each, but he didn't want that, and that's pretty much it. And I mentioned quite clearly, I said, if you can't prove imama in a 2-hour debate, then you have bigger issues.
Who can I've seen the just the agreeing to the terms of the debate with brother Shimrani. I've seen with is it Al-Layari, his name?
Yeah.
Oh my, I was literally pulling out my hair. I was thinking as if I'm gonna go for 6-7 hours of this. The brother couldn't even agree to a simple instruction. How the hell does he expect 6 hours? And you think people are gonna actually
You know what's
watch
funny,
that?
Akhi? You know what's funny? The funny thing is, obviously, the Shias online, those into polemics, they don't have a soft spot for me, definitely not. But I saw more than one of them even commenting. They say they were embarrassed of Al-Layari's performance. He said because he behaved like a savage, Akhi. And because of I'm naturally known to be a bit more passionate. They thought me and Al-Layari Skype is gonna be Royal Rumble. So I don't want to no praise of myself, but I was very I called him Sheikh. I didn't use any terminology. It is academic. I kept it academic in the discussion. And he called me Bakri. This, and his eyes were one was down, one was up. And somebody said, people commented saying, he said my son headbutted me. Yeah. So there were Shia. Imagine, Akhi. Shias from associated with his with his followers, and I see him with my own eyes, who said, wow, man, this is so bad. I have to say that Shimrani behaved better than Sheikh Al-Ayari. So, akhi, yani, there's no more bigger praise if your enemy admits that your top debater is such a unpredictable, disturbed personality with one eye left, one eye the only thing was left was foam around his mouth, akhi. No, I mean it, akhi. Everybody can watch it.
Yeah,
And then, akhi, you know, I don't want to get into it. They say, yeah, then I ran away from him. I was the one who stepped forward.
Yeah.
The reason Farid was the one who said to me, akhi, he said to me, subhanallah, do not debate this guy. I listened to Farid. You know what he did, this guy? The guy, akhi, reported our own recording from the, you know, there was 2 pre-debates to discuss the discussion.
Yeah.
Our first pre-debate, akhi, he flagged it in YouTube, he reported it, and his lawyer contacted me from California.
I don't think it's his lawyer, but a lawyer did contact us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, no, I read the email.
Okay.
I read the email. The guy said, and he left me a message. So it's George Brown from California. I'm their a representative of Alabay TV from San Diego. You're contact me and we can resolve this problem. I was like, what the heck? What the heck? I said
So there's an actual case file. There was a
case file, akhi. I said, akhi, I asked my, akhi, look, imagine you, your own recording. The only reason he had, it was his own recording, but it was also from my channel. Yeah, well, we agreed we can both put it up. So Farid correctly said to me, if someone is such a snake and scumbag, and wallahi, I don't sugarcoat my words here, I should use worse words for him. Somebody is such a scumbag, akhi, and reports a pre-debate already. Can we trust him that he's not?
Of course.
And by the way, akhi, I learned something new, thanks to Allah Yari here. He had powers that we don't have. You know what? He had an actual company, Ahl Bayt TV, and I did a research online. Any major company, TV channel or whatnot, gets some, I don't want to call it extra rights, whatever. YouTube deals with them in a different way. They can file complaints more easier. So for him, it's very easy to file a complaint against. That's why our video was removed immediately. Whereas I could flag him till every day.
Okay. You sure? So you can do that, yeah? So there's a what is the reason? How is it?
The reason is you can do a research yourself.
Okay.
Record labels, TV stations, and so on. They have certain legal agreements with YouTube. They can, they have more power, legal power, akhi. You know, everything is about money and legal power, akhi.
Yeah.
They can file a complaint easier than us from Sunni Defense, our channel.
Yeah.
I told you his frigging lawyer from California left me a voicemail. And he sent the email, and then I called him, and then
he got your number as well, or?
No.
Oh.
He left his number.
Okay.
And then I said, I'm from California, we can sort all this problem. So, akhi, it's crazy, akhi.
Subhanallah.
It's
So
crazy.
what happened after that anyway?
After that, akhi, we said, Farid gave me advice. He said, this person is unpredictable. This is a scumbag reporting our own video recording. How can we trust someone like this?
Did you appeal to get it back, or?
Of course.
So
Of
what
course.
happened? You got it back, yeah?
Of course not.
No.
What do you? I just explained it to you, akhi. It's all about money and power. It's not. Do you think YouTube is fair? Do you think YouTube is just, akhi? Do you think, akhi, it's all a perfect algorithm? It's not, akhi. Why is the video gone? It's not on our channel. The only thing left is one short, video about what is it called? A khulasa of what happened. So anyway, akhi, this is the background story, and it's explained on our channel on a short video.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So, brothers and sisters, get your questions ready. And obviously, let's make the most of it while Brother Farid is here with us. So ask away your questions, and inshallah, I'll pass it on to the brothers. Okay, so let's see what's happening. In the meantime, if you guys need to say anything, just
in regards to Al-Ayari, he of course mentioned to me after he saw me challenging Shia's debate, and he wanted me to have a Skype discussion with him. I knew a Skype discussion would be the worst thing to do. I've seen his Skype discussion with Walid Ismail. when the debate started,
A Sunni preacher. Yeah.
yes, when the debate started, it was about the kufr of Abu Bakr. Of Abu Bakr. When the debate started, and in the beginning, he says to Walid Ismail that he said, by the way, it's gonna be, he said, by the way, it might be 2 hours long. Is that fine? Walid Ismail said yes. This shows that Al-Layari has no issue with the 2-hour debate. That's the first thing. It seems maybe that he didn't want to travel all the way just for 2 hours. Wallahu a'lam. By the way, I'm not someone who's going to accuse Al-Layari of running. I don't believe that Al-Layari, ran away from this debate. We just did not agree to the conditions. I wanted 1 hour and a half in the beginning. He pulled out. He said, "Khalas, I'm not going to contact this guy anymore. We're not going to go back and forth." I put it up to 2 hours, and that wasn't good enough for him. In any case, the reason why I never wanted a Skype debate, the reason why I was against the Skype debate is, of course, the various things that can go wrong in the Skype debate, like, oops, my connection disappeared. For some reason, I'm cut off the show, which happened to Walid Ismail. At I don't know, like 2 hours in or something like that, Walid Ismail loses connection. Okay? Al-Layari says, "Oh, look, Walid Ismail hangs up." He calls up Walid Ismail, and Walid Ismail doesn't pick up the phone. And then Al-Layari starts laughing. Walid Ismail, ha 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 ha. He's not picking up the phone. And then he calls again, and Walid Ismail picks up the phone. And then Al-Layari says, "Why did you run away?" And Walid said, "What do you mean I ran away? You guys hung up on me." Okay. And then he calls, and then he says, "La la la. When we called you just now, we let the phone ring, and no one picked up the phone." And then Walid Ismail says, "Wallah, I picked up the phone in the first ring." So here's the thing. I'm not going to accuse anyone. I'm not going to accuse Al-Layari of lying, right? Even though he has issues with his credibility.
Okay.
Right. But
Questions are flowing in, by the way, so yeah, go on.
But subhanallah, I don't want to give anyone an opportunity of saying, "Oh, he ran away, he ran away."
To play games.
If it's face to face, no one can be accused of running away, right? Unless you actually, pick up your bishet and you actually start running away. Then people can accuse you of running away, and I don't think anyone would do that.
Okay. We got one other question. I told everyone tag me so it brights up orange.
Right.
So I'll know, guys. So I'll ask those questions.
Right.
So who's that? In Arabic, I think Ibrahim. I can't read the first letter. It says in Arabic.
Ibrahim.
Huh?
Millat Ibrahim.
Malat Ibrahim.
Assalamu alaikum, Millat Ibrahim.
What is it?
Hanifa.
Hanifa. That's it.
Yeah. It's a long time.
So without the fatha and all that, I struggle sometimes reading Arabic, but I can kind of it takes a couple of attempts. I can get there,
Right.
Anyway, the brother's question is, here is a question for Farid and Brother Shimrani. What Shias other than the masked Shia guy did you debate in Hyde Park?
Did you have a debate with anyone else?
Discussion, debate, anything?
I had a short discussion.
Remember, leave it under 1 minute. Try to answer it. Yeah?
I had a short discussion with this Abu Karrar, some Shia uncle there. It was quite positive. He approached me first, but I was there. Somebody said talk to him. I don't know exactly how it started, but he said to me in Arabic. I talked to him mostly in Arabic. He said to me, "I know your videos, and you're Wahhabi, you're Takfiri." I said to him, "Uncle," and then I talked to him in Arabic and I explained myself. I said, "Listen, you don't know me. You don't know my beliefs really." I explained to him. I give him an example. I said to him, "Listen, to me, it's not about names. It's not about titles. Somebody can call himself a Sunni, but he can be drawn into superstitions, khurafat, bid'ah, and shirk. That makes him a deviant, even if he calls himself a Sunni. And there can be a Shia brother who can be very close to Sunnah and Tawheed, but he has some things I disagree with him. Ahlul Sunnah disagree with him. But at the end of the day, that Shia is closer to me than the Sunni. So we Ahlul Sunnah are just. Yes, we have difference of opinion with you. We can keep it civil. And believe it or not, Akhi, he said, "Subhanallah, you changed my mind about you." I shaked hands with him.
Yeah, you guys seem really friendly. I came in late. I was surprised how friendly you guys were.
Yeah, and nobody expected it again. They thought, "Oh, Shimrani is going to fight with
very, very respectful.
I shake this guy hand. I didn't sugarcoat nothing. I said to him, "We are mukhalifeen. uncle. I said, you have beliefs that I يعني, that I reject, that I believe are heretical, that are opposite to Islam, and so you do about me. I said to him, I left Shiism over 10 years ago, and you said I'm lost. I said to him, of course that's what you say, you believe in Shiism, but what you say, I'm not the one who goes randomly around and say every Shia kafir, every Shia mushrik, zindiq, rafida. No, I have certain sets of beliefs. I believe you can call yourself Salafi, Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah, and if you go and pray to other than Allah and do certain acts of shirk, that doesn't make you a Muslim and a righteous man just because of your title. It's not about titles, it's about beliefs. It's about beliefs. We have to correct our beliefs. That's all it
Let me
is.
just text this person.
MashaAllah, he's quite,
on Night Rider fan.
he's quite adamant on getting to you.
Let me just text the brother.
Alright. I had a very, very, very brief discussion with, I don't know if Hasan, you know this. No, with Isa. You know the other Iraqi with the mustache. The other Iraqi, the one.
بالعربي or بالإنجليزي?
No, it was in Arabic.
مين؟
Not the one that you spoke to, his friend.
Smokey?
Yeah, if you want to call him that.
Jawal. Okay.
Okay,
I
so
don't even know his name. Okay,
yeah,
so
I'm
you
not
talk.
sure. Yeah, so I went up to him, you know, and we spoke briefly, and I asked him, you know, I want evidence of the 12 imams from our books. He was like, no, that doesn't exist. I went up to him, I shook his hand, Jazakallah khairan, and then people laughed. People started laughing. I was like, "Khalas, I'm done."
Oh man. Ah, you mean okay?
It was very brief, very brief.
Okay.
I wish that was recorded. It was so.
Yeah, but
it was
again,
quite a
akhi,
moment.
I don't
It
want
was quite a
anybody to
moment.
have misunderstanding here. Farid doesn't claim victory and that he came to the park, but nobody was there. Yes, we put a video on our channel, and Farid said they didn't want it. And Farid's point is, in advance, numerous of the du'at, of the preachers, he asked them to discuss.
The loudest people.
The loudest
I'm
people.
one of the loudest people.
He challenged all of them. And then finally he came here. That yesterday was no main Shia speaker. We are not little kids. We are not proclaiming victory and say, oh, but they were not here. We are the winners here.
Yeah.
In fact, we knew nobody's going to be there, most likely. Most likely. The whole point here is what Farid's, I think.
By chance, if they were there.
I just wanted to point out one thing.
Yeah.
It's quite important. Today, when I was sitting with a brother, Shi'i brother, remember I had white mocha with this brother, and he paid for it, and he paid for my blueberry muffin. He said to me, Farid, why did you choose Zain and why did you choose Hasan Qadri? I said, Akhi, it's because they were the loudest people. Okay? He said, they're not at that level. To debate you. I said, Akhi, I know. But because they were the loudest people, they're coming to the park, challenging everyone, claiming victory over that. That's why I challenged them.
Okay, one second, brother. You know, on your YouTube app, if you can.
that?
Oh, it's gone, yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, we got a question here. It's asked at 10:58 from a brother called Mr. Abdi. What are the best books that refute Shiaism? And remember, try to do it in a minute, yeah? So we can got a lot of questions coming in.
All I say go to almahajja.com and 12shia.net. Mahajja.com, not almahajja, mahajja.com.
MAHAJJAH.com.
نعم. Go to mahajja.com. I think very, very, very active brothers from South Africa. They have translated one of the best contemporary books in refutation of the core beliefs of Shiism. Go to that website. Go, of course, to our website. Go to 12shia.net. Read the articles. And all I can say, brothers, as a Muslim, you can't be lazy. You can't expect that things will be spoon-fed to you and just watching 2-3 minute videos.
What's the name of the book? They want the name of the book.
Yeah.
Well, the book on Mahajja, that is almost completely, or at least I think
It's
half
two-thirds.
of it,
Two-thirds, I think, is translated.
is the book Usul Madhab Shia Al-Ithna Ashariya. It's a book refuting all the core beliefs and more of Tawhid Shiism by a sheikh, by a doctor from Riyadh. I think his name is Al-Qaffari. I have the book in Arabic since years. I never expected that anybody going to translate this, but alhamdulillah, these brothers have started to say, you as well should read it. Every Muslim should read stuff like this. Shiism is not some fringe sect. It is a major sect of Islam, and as a Sunni, if you're convinced of Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah, you should be familiar with
the book caused Ayatollah al-Mu'ayyad to become
Iraqi
Iraqi Shia Ayatollah to become a Sunni.
Yeah, he tried to refute that book. He tried to. Here shows in Arabic. I watched it. He mentioned his story. He said he was in Najaf, and they gave him the mission to refute that book. So he had the intention to refute it, but akhi, that book made him leave Shiism, and today he refutes Shiism.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Subhanallah.
Okay, got another question here from the G. Because like I said, these questions have been asked around 10, 59.
We'll be fast. Hasan, صح?
Yeah.
Hasan, the book's vegan.
The G, yeah? The G asked, what led to Shiism spreading historically?
All yours.
Okay, very quick.
Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah.
There's many factors, akhi. This is a
Just
question.
give your best one in a nutshell,
In a nutshell,
Nutshell,
akhi. In a nutshell, different rulers, the Middle East. Most of its history is a bit chaotic. There were in Persia. There were Sunni Persian rulers at times. There were Shia Persian rulers at times. There were Mughals, some of the Mongols, who came to the Middle East and caused havoc. Some of them became Shia and spread Shiism here and there. So, akhi, it was a mix of rulers spreading it and some people being convinced of it. Yes, there's some people of Qadianism, Ahmadism, you know. There's some people getting convinced of Christianity. So there's many factors. So one of the main factors is some rulers accepted it and spread it, and especially in Persia since 500 years ago, the Safavid dynasty turned majority Sunni Persia into majority Shia Iran as it is today, and that was through a bloodshed, and you have to look up the Safavis. Type up the Safavis in the history of Iran, and then you know why specifically in that region Shiism was spread. No.
Okay, I've got a question here from the... Because like I said, brothers, whoever, if you want to ask a question, tag me so it lights up bright, so I know the question. Because other than that, I might miss your questions because so many coming in. It says here, ask Brother Shimrani if Hussein radiallahu had all knowledge, then why didn't he dodge all the strikes and arrows on the battlefield? Him knowing and not acting upon its suicide, right?
Of course, Imam Hussein ibn Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam, alayhum as-salam wa radiyallahu anhum ajma'een, had no knowledge of the unseen. Nobody has the knowledge of the unseen, not even the prophets. Nobody is alimul ghaib, they know of the unseen, they know of the unseen except Allah. Allah gave portion of the unseen to the prophets. That's it. So he's right. I think it's a question by Sunni. That this is the problem. If you exaggerate with personalities, with imams, saints, prophets, then you end up with these ridiculous scenarios, really, that will cause actually disbelief for some people. That's why in my country many people become disbelievers, akhi, leave Islam, you know, because the Shia belief exaggerates so much with the imams. You know, Imam Hussein is this, Imam Ali can control the universe, Imam Hussein can answer all your prayers, and then he was killed at Karbala. He couldn't save his own son. Of course, it doesn't cause a problem to us, because we in the first place do not exaggerate with him. We love him. He was a martyr, he's a shaheed, but we believe he was a normal human being. You know, he wasn't a semi-divine being. But the Shia believe, because they exaggerate too much with their personalities, with their saints, it causes them trouble, because they then have to explain, yeah, you understand? They then have to explain, I don't know why he couldn't even save himself there. Well, it was because he obeyed the order of Allah, and other silly excuses.
It's a question by a non-Muslim.
I'd just like to add one sentence. The best question is not to ask why didn't Al-Hussein dodge all the strikes. The question is, why didn't the imams avoid drinking the poison that they were given? So, for example, they believe that
many of the imams were poisoned, they believe.
Right.
Okay.
You know, for example, Ali Rida, they believe was poisoned. Why didn't Ali Rida just not drink the poison if he knew it was poison? So that's, it's a good question, but you know, this is a better way of asking it.
There's a question here by someone called John Henry, but I'm not gonna repeat all the questions. I don't know if it's been sarcastic or not, but I find the question a bit interesting. I wanted to know, so why did Aisha radiallahu anha, not have any children?
That's taqdeerullah. This is the decree of Allah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
That's like here. What is his name? Barry, Gary, Henry. What was his
John
name?
Henry.
Okay, John Barry.
John Henry. Henry.
That's like John Henry or Barry or Gary having a son or daughter, and then they don't. Allah, God doesn't write for them any offspring, and then we ask why. Huh?
Mhm.
And in fact, some scholars, they give an explanation, which is, again, and to me personally, is a good explanation. They say, imagine one of the wives of the Prophet gave him a son. People will accuse him of what?
Who are prophet?
Yeah, they would accuse him of he's making his family, huh?
How do you mean? Like, I don't get it. No.
Imagine one of the wives of the Prophet, like Aisha, radiallahu anha, wa sallallahu alayhi sayyidina Muhammad, had a son. And then wouldn't then the kuffar, for example, accuse him of, he's starting a dynasty?
Dynasty.
Wouldn't
Okay.
he?
Okay.
So you see the riha, the scent, smell of Shiism goes to that way, because Shiism claims that the cousin of the Prophet, of course, is his successor, right?
Okay.
The cousin of the Prophet, Ali bin Abi Talib, right?
Okay.
So that's why couldn't kuffar, non-Muslim or vicious non-Muslims, a minority of course, say that, you see, he's making his family his successor, right?
Yeah.
You see
I
how?
know him.
Do you understand?
I see what you mean
You see
now,
how
okay.
just Sunnism
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
In
yeah.
Sunnism, it's not his cousin or none of his family
Yeah.
is his successor. No.
Okay, got another one here from Flam. Okay, how do Shia interpret verse 74 from Surah Anfal, where Allah calls